Hey guys, welcome to 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. This is the NFL Week number 6 upcoming review. We are going to get into the Buffalo Bills versus the Atlanta Falcons, which is coming to you guys live on Monday the 13th. But we've also got a full slate of games we are going to go through and break them all down, give you guys our picks, best bets. But first, let's get into the Bills. So, guys, we got a lot of players injured right now. Just looking up and down the list, it looks like Curtis Samuel, questionable with the neck. TJ Sanders got put on IR. Matt Milano is out again. Kincaid has an oblique. Hamlin got put on IR. Tommy Doyle is on injured reserve. Wade Owens is on injured reserve. Dorian Strong is on injured reserve. Hairston is on injured reserve. So, how are we feeling?
Is Harrison is off injured reserve though, right now? Doesn't he have to be?
Designated to return, but
Yeah, he's off injured reserve. He's just practicing, I guess, or he's at practice, I would imagine. And because they can't put him back on IR again, otherwise they had to take him out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like they're very confident he's going to be back for a while.
Well,
I want to know what the hell's going on with this team's conditioning that we have so many people injured.
well, I mean, this is across the league though, right now.
yeah, it sounds like it's going on like everywhere. They were talking about it on the radio yesterday. And the Bills beat reporter had made mention that like the Cowboys have 22 people out. The 49ers have almost their entire offense gone. I mean, so
Baltimore had their entire defense out.
Baltimore's entire defense, Kansas City's missing a ton of people. So it's a mess everywhere.
Well, I think a lot has to do with the fact that they don't practice as much as they used to practice. See, back in the day, they used to have two-a-days. They'd start early in June, late June. I know it was late June or early July, something like that. And they used to have two-a-days and they'd be hitting, getting the body's conditioned for that. And, I get it. They say, I guess it gives more longevity to your career when they don't do as much hitting or in practice and stuff like that. And they cut back on it.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. That's the downside of it is that these guys aren't conditioned. And
Yeah.
generally, these guys get banged up a few times, and it ends up being worse than what it normally would be if you were used to getting hit all year.
Yeah, it's kind of like, how Sean's camera moves all the time and gives me a seizure when
Yeah, I
he's
know.
doing
I feel like I'm on
Well,
a roller coaster.
my camera won't stay mounted, so I'm fighting with it at the moment.
But yeah, I mean the injuries are definitely a concern. I guess the good thing is that like a lot of these guys we've known about. Kincaid is a new one that popped up on there, which is a little bit surprising. But I mean the rest of these guys we've known about these injuries for a while, so I don't really think it's going to have too much impact on it. I don't know. I said I wasn't really worried about the Patriots, but
Yeah,
I guess we kind of got trapped there. But Atlanta's not a good team. Bijan's a very good running back, but I don't really think Atlanta's a very good team. They are coming off of a week off, so that's a little bit, concerning, but they're just not really a good football team.
Well, I mean, but they are a team that can surprise you. I mean, they got some really, yes, what, like three or four top 10 players playing on their offense and on defense. So, I mean, they got some skill guys out there. They're a dangerous team. I'm not going to look past them. I mean, Bijan Robinson, that's one of our weaknesses on defense is stopping the run. That dude can run all over you, and he can catch out the backfield. I think he leads the team in receptions, by the way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not sleeping on this team whatsoever, and especially after the debacle last week. At this point, there's nobody the Bills should be sleeping on. They should be playing every game like a playoff game.
speaking of that debacle, I heard an interesting theory today that apparently during the game, those new jerseys were causing issues for Allen with seeing who he was throwing the ball to.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how much that actually messed things up for him.
yeah, I was wondering that too because I mean, you're used to seeing specific colors on the field as a
Mhm.
quarterback, and then you just jump because they were practicing with those jerseys for the 1 week, but I don't think that's enough for a quarterback. I mean, you're not really going through, any type of hitting or things like that. You're just doing drills and going through whatever the game plan is for the week. And I was wondering if maybe possibly that was going to be an issue, considering you're trying to throw at a color you're not used to throwing to. So I'm pretty sure it may have played a small factor.
not just that too. Someone actually caught a screenshot of on the one screenplay where they threw it to Shakir, the way the lights in the stadium were hitting the silver of the numbers. It
Hmm.
was such a bad glare that you literally couldn't even make out what the number was on his jersey.
Yeah, that it was probably wasn't. I mean, I was all excited for those jerseys, but get rid of them.
Yeah,
But
not
I guess they're going to have them going for the next couple of seasons for these one rivalry games. So
Yeah, but
we're going to do it one game.
they're gonna wear their throwback helmets and their powder blues for the next game, right?
Yeah, for the last game of the season.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And Paul brought up a good point. They really should. It'd be great for the last game at halftime. They have the Killers.
That would be pretty cool. That would be really cool.
Let them do the
I don't know
halftime
if they're
show.
gonna do that, but that would be really sweet.
Well, I guess apparently it was the rumor last year that they
Oh,
were
okay.
if we did the AFC Championship game that the Killers were going to be the halftime show.
that would be
That would
cool.
be really cool. That would be a really sweet thing.
Dude, man.
Um,
I think they should do
the
it this year. Should do it for the last game.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Um, the point spread in this game is 4.5, and the line is 50. That seems high.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they're looking at the fact the Bills can't stop the run. I think Atlanta, if I'm correct, average about 19 points a game. The Bills are up there about 30. So the way the Bills defense has been going, you're probably looking at about maybe possibly 25 points out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose at the end the Bills can get to 30, which is their like in and around their average, right?
Yep.
Um, but I don't know. It seems like a bit much, especially considering I feel like this team is going to play the Bills the way. Although yes, I agree with you to not take them lightly. They're an inferior team, so it's just like the same way any inferior team would play a team with a superior quarterback. They're going to run the ball a lot to try and keep Josh Allen off the field. And typical in instances when you do that, I feel like you often see lower scoring games.
Yeah, but the difference is the Bills don't give up. I mean, they give up chunk yards. So
yeah.
technically, it's just as good as passing the ball for them. So you're going to get a 10-yard run. You're going to get a 15-yard run. And the Bills have especially this season. Last game, they're actually pretty good against the run against New England, but New England's not a good running team. Atlanta, every team we played so far that was able to run the ball, ran the ball down our throats. And whether we won or lost, it didn't matter. We still had the ball ran down our throats. And with all the injuries now that you got on defense, I mean, here's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I think you're going to see Poyer play tomorrow.
I was going to ask you if you thought that was going to happen because I have a feeling it's going to.
Yeah, I think Poyer is going to get elevated tomorrow. Um, I think the TJ Sanders and being put on IR as well as Hamlin. Hamlin's done. I think his career in Buffalo is over. So I think this is the last you're going to probably see of DeMar Hamlin. Um, I don't think because they're just going to. I think they're just going to replace him with Poyer, and I think you may see some opportunities of him out there playing in a 3 safety cover if they decide to. Atlanta doesn't throw the ball deep very much, but I got a feeling that they're going to definitely hammer the ball and then try and test us deep because our corners haven't been that good this year. Why would you not? I'd go right after the Bills corner, especially Trey White. I go after him all day. And they got, Drake London is a really good receiver and a very, very big man. So they don't let Benford follow anybody. So naturally, you're probably going to line him up against Trey White as many times as possible.
Well,
So
I
I
know
mean,
their other guy is out. Mooney is out.
well, is he labeled as out? Because I know he was questionable last time.
He's labeled as out.
Well, he plays their slot, but he's not like their main slot. Oh no, he plays outside. I'm thinking of Ray because Ray McLeod's still there. I don't know who they're going to replace the outside with. Because I don't know if they really have anybody behind him. I know they got a couple of slot guys, but I just don't know if they have a number 2, which I mean, plays in our favor. But I think the Bills are going to probably stack the run against them, force them to have to throw the ball, force them to throw it deep. But you got to get these corners they got to compete for the ball, man. I mean, I cannot remember a play where I seen a cornerback knock the ball down.
Um,
Michael Penix is rolling right now with 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions
Hmm.
on the season so far. That is not great.
But
Yeah,
it's all Bijan Robinson though.
Oh yeah, their entire offense goes through Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, so I mean, him having touchdowns, I wouldn't expect that because they're a run heavy team. They've already been that. So I would expect that he doesn't have that many touchdowns just due to the fact that Bijan Robinson getting most of the carries.
Well, they
Getting,
haven't scored a lot to begin with, though. They had that one game where they got blanked by Carolina.
mhm.
So I mean, and they beat the Washington Commanders last week or 2 weeks ago, but I mean that was without Jaden Daniels. I feel like if Jaden Daniels played that game, would have been a very different story, and we'd be looking at like a 1-4 Atlanta team right now.
Oh yeah, I agree. That game could have swung the other way. We just don't know. But I just think that with where Atlanta's good at is where we're weak at. That's where the problem is. So I
Mhm.
mean, offensively, I think we'll be okay offensively. We just need the ship's got to be righted. I mean, you have to use this as a bounce back game. You have to
Yeah.
go into the game. And I see. Here's the thing. I think the offense is going to dominate, but again, the problem is that the Bills aren't going to look dominant because of their defense.
Yeah.
So I
on
mean,
for
huh?
the God, on offense, for the love of God, they need to stay away from these stupid cutesy things. Just get out there and get back to fucking basics. I'm sorry. Like run the ball on them and hard, and just do your basics. Stop trying to be fancy, at least like we saw last week.
Yeah. Well, McDermott came out and said it in press conference that this past Monday, and he was just like, "We're too cute." That's what he said, which is a shot at Brady, if you ask me.
Yeah.
We're playing too cute out there. And you know what? I was listening to a podcast. I want to say it was Buffalo Plus. Shout out to those guys from Rochester. And this guy wrote a very interesting email, and he was referencing to the fact of Brady's offense. Um, they sold to us how good Curtis Samuel will be in this offense. He's an outside. You can do everything with him, outside, inside. Same thing with Josh Palmer. Keon Coleman was sold on us as going to be this possession receiver who can go up and get it in any time. It was interesting that he brought up the fact that when Brady took over the year Diggs was here, the receivers were almost phased out of the offense. And that's primarily what Diggs' issue was. That and among some other things. But he got faded out of the offense. I mean, think about it. The receivers they weren't killing it out there. It was a lot of Josh, a lot of James Cook, underneath stuff to Shakir, Knox playing in some games. But I don't know. There's a point to that because right now, these receivers we have that they told us were going to be these downfield threats and able. It seems like the plays aren't designing to get them open.
Well, they're not throwing the ball down the field like anyway. We're like last in the league in deep field and down the field throws and stuff like that. Allen does not throw the ball down the field hardly at all anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, we've had some big plays, but like I go back to that one that Shakir made 2 weeks ago, where he just made a bunch of people miss and ran 50 yards with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah, those things happen, sure, but Allen throwing it 30, 40 yards down the field, that's happened like 3 times this whole
Yeah.
season.
Which is crazy considering the cannon he has.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's my issue. Is the guy brought up a good point. I never thought about it. Like since Brady's taken over, the wide receivers are like not even part of the game plans, and it's mostly just tight ends and running backs.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think there is something to that. Is the way that Brady has this offense designed, and I don't understand why we're paying wide receivers we're not even using the amount of money we're paying them. If the offense is designed not to throw the ball deep.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting to think about. And yeah, you're right. I mean, it kind of gets you into their philosophy a little bit, right? Like, I know that phrase "number one wide receiver" is a very like overused kind of like nonsense thing to say, but it can mean a lot of things, right? It can just mean a skilled player at that position who is not like a guy who would just be a middling guy on another team, like a true number one, right?
Mhm.
And I don't really think we have that. Like, I mean, Keon Coleman's okay. He's not great. Shakir is a slot receiver. Like, he is not an outside threat at all. And I mean, Palmer, he's okay. I don't think he's great. And I mean, what else do we got here? Elijah Moore, Tyrell Shavers, like these guys are okay, but I mean they're not, and I get it, like they're not Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson. They're not guys like that, and there's only a handful of guys like that in the whole league, But it seems like all of the good teams have a guy like that. Detroit's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? I mean, let's see, who are some of the other guys? I can't think of.
Well, not even just that. Also, your microphone is fading in and out, Sean.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Even Pittsburgh has like DK Metcalf. Like all these teams you need to have an actual reliable number one. I'm sorry. This everyone eats philosophy, I kind of think it's bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but
Well, I think the phrase that I heard not too long ago was everybody eats. It's not everybody eats, everybody nibbles is what is what
Yeah.
is what basically the offense is right now. But let me ask you this though, Mike. How do we know we don't? We don't throw to our receivers to begin with. So how do we know we don't have a guy?
That's a fair point to make, right? Like we don't actually know because of the way our offense is structured. But at the same time, do you think that if Josh Allen were to treat any one of these guys like Stephon Diggs, that they would be able to behave like that? Like, do you think Keon Coleman has the situational awareness, the speed, and the ability to get away from guys like any of these guys we mentioned, right? Like more than half the teams playing tomorrow have, a great receiver on their team. Detroit's got one, Tampa's got one. Pittsburgh, as you mentioned, Sean has one. Jacksonville has one. Dallas has CeeDee Lamb, who's out, the Rams have a couple of them, I mean, so it's a lot of teams. Indianapolis has a great one, and all of those guys, like they could all, easily, you put your number one corner on them. That guy's gonna make big plays in almost every one of these games, assuming you keep throwing him the ball. And a lot of these teams, they do that. Like that's one of the things Indianapolis is doing, besides having Jonathan Taylor, is they're funneling the ball down the field like all the time, and they're scoring like 45 points a game. Detroit does the same thing. They give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs and they throw to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's all they do. And Detroit scores 50 points a game. So it's like, what? I mean, could you trust Keon Coleman to do that? I don't think so. We've seen Keon Coleman has a pretty nasty habit of he'll go up and he'll make a great catch, but he will also drop the ball all the time.
I'm not gonna push back on that, but I did watch Keon get 100 yards against Baltimore. It seemed like he was unstoppable.
Yeah, well,
but we haven't had a game where that they focus on getting him the ball. That was always the message to us. They were going to get the ball to these guys, but I can't say that for sure because they have not tried it.
The other problem with not having a number one receiver is when you have a number one, it tends to draw that extra coverage, which opens up other guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why our other guys can't get open. I mean, none of the receivers on this team understand what the word separation means. Like, I'm sorry.
But we don't know. But see, Sean, that's what I'm saying. We don't know that because the way the plays are designed, it seems like it's not designed for them to get open. It's like it's supposed to pull everybody up and you throw underneath it, which fine, but you got to take your shots deep. And you have a bunch of talk. What was Shaver's thing in the preseason this year and last year? What was his thing?
He was a deep threat.
Deep threat.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? I ain't even seen a deep ball thrown to him yet.
Yeah.
You got him on the active roster. Keon Coleman supposed to be a jump guy. I seen him do it against Baltimore. We have not seen them try to do it since.
So I do want to challenge the Baltimore thing a little bit because I think as we've learned, Baltimore's defense is in shambles right now. So
I don't give you that, but so is the Jets. So
Yeah.
is Miami, and he didn't do nothing. They didn't throw him the ball at all in any of those games.
Well, and that's getting to your point I think you're trying to make about Brady, right? Like,
Mm.
you know, the thing is though, they're going to come right back and they're going to tell you we're averaging 30 points a game, and that's there's a lot of validity to that, I think, right? Like, I guess does it really matter how you're getting points? And we talked a lot about the Patriots game last week, right? Like 2 minutes and change left. Josh Allen had the ball 1st and 10 on the Patriots 26-yard line. And we ended up kicking a field goal there, with a chance to win the game, to go up by 4, give them the ball back with probably no timeouts inside of the 2-minute warning. And Drake Mays was not going down the field and scoring a touchdown there. Maybe getting a field goal, sure, but not going down the field and scoring a touchdown with no timeouts and a minute and a half left on the play clock. So if you give that to me all of the time, Josh Allen with his hands on the ball and a chance to win it, I take it. But yeah, the play calling, it just didn't help there, I don't think.
Well, I mean, it absolutely didn't help there, and I blame most of that game on Brady, to be perfectly honest. And let's not forget, the defense in the second half was atrocious,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
atrocious. And
Yeah.
Drake May, I wouldn't be shocked if he was able to go down the field and actually throw a winning touchdown the way the defense played in the second half. So it's possible. I mean, you hope it is that somebody on defense somebody would step up. Somebody would step up. But you haven't had that yet. Espinoza had a pretty good game last week, but that's it. I mean, Rousseau. What are we doing? Can we get something out of this guy other than tackling running backs?
He started the game well last week, but then he, like, after the first couple of drives, fell off.
We pay
Right,
that
but
guy
you're paying this guy like what, 20, $25 million a year to just be an edge stopper? That's ridiculous. You could draft somebody to do something like that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't.
that's what
That's a
nobody
bad
pays a
contract.
defensive end that kind of money just to be an edge stopper. I mean, I
Yeah,
see,
that's a
and every
bad
year they have an
contract.
excuse for this guy. It's always an injury. Now he has a knee injury. Last year it was all kinds of stuff with his injuries too. Oh, that's what's slowing him down. We've never seen him ramped up. So how we know if it's a slowdown? We've never even seen him ramped up before.
Yeah, that's a real bad contract for Rousseau. I don't really want him on the team.
No, I mean but see the problem is they didn't have to make a decision on somebody else. And that's what happened with what's his name? Who's the middle linebacker that we had that's in Chicago now? Tremaine Edmonds. They had to figure out 2 contracts, and that was him and Josh, wasn't it?
I think so.
That
Because they
sounds
were
right.
both drafted the same year, and they couldn't do both. The problem with Rousseau is there was nobody else to compare him to that you could say, okay, this guy can take his place. So the Bills play it safe by overpaying some of these guys to do just mediocre work. And that's why your defense is the way it is, because you don't have any dogs on it. I mean, Ed Oliver, sure, he shows up, he has a game here and there, and then all of a sudden he disappears for 2 or 3 games. You don't have any dogs on that defense. You don't have anybody that is going to do anything by any means to win the game on that defense, especially. And that's where the problem is on their defense. They have no skill guys on that defense. Think about it. These are just guys who, in most cases, most other teams probably would be second stringers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we're spending a fortune on it. And, I mean, I don't want to go the route that like the Bengals are going, because I don't think that that's right. Like, you pay everybody, you got like 5 guys on offense that are making a Brinks truck and then have nobody on your defense. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't really want to go the route the Chiefs are going though either, and kind of just be like not really sure what you have. I actually think the Bills and the Chiefs are very interestingly comparable this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Chiefs defense, they were supposed to be real vaunted too, and like they don't really look that great. And they just kind of got a bunch of guys,
Mm-hmm.
on their offense. Like Isaiah Pacheco's a nothing. He has done nothing for them. I mean, Worthy's okay. Juju Smith-Schuster's okay. They got Rashi Rice coming back, although he shouldn't, but that's another story for another day. So they've got just a bunch of guys, So it kind of very much seems like they're in a very similar position to the Bills, I think.
Yep.
Who's their number one receiver? Is it technically Worthy?
Right now it
Secondly,
is, but I think it's
yeah, but
Rashee Rice is number
it will
one.
be Rashee Rice when he comes back.
But see, my thing with the KC game, and it's not that we're trying to jump ahead, but I'm scared of the receivers because of the speed.
Yeah.
And you have corners who can't stick with anybody, and you have a pass rush that doesn't get there. So, if anything, I would not be shocked if KC scored 30 points in that game against us.
They probably
We're going to
will.
have a couple of guys back, but the couple of guys that are coming back aren't cornerbacks.
Yeah.
With our corners are just way too slow.
No, I don't even think. Well, Trey White is it's just not the Trey White. We know that. And the problem you got with Trey White is he's a band-aid. He wasn't expected to play.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Dorian Strong that's on IR. You got Maxwell Harrison who's coming off IR but still hasn't played in the game yet. So, I mean, you got Trey White out there, and he's a band-aid type guy, but not an all-season guy, and that's what he's turning into right now. And your defensive line is not helping him whatsoever. They're not getting to the quarterback, and when they do get to the quarterback, they miss tackles, which you can't expect Trey White to stick with someone like a Worthy for over 3 seconds. You just can't do it, and he doesn't have the ability to do that. And even Benford hasn't been all that great either. I haven't seen this guy contest the ball yet this year. I don't know if this has any effect with the safeties. He's got, Taylor Rapp hasn't been all that great this year. You got a second-year player in Cole Bishop. I don't know if he's trying to compensate for them being back there, but he hasn't been the guy either. I haven't seen this guy really knock down any passes either. He hasn't been contesting any balls. And when he does somehow show up on camera contesting the balls, pass interference.
And you're not wrong about the missed tackles in the backfield. I feel like this year has been way worse than normal with Washington get back there and then the quarterback just escaping.
Yeah.
The missed tackles with this team is just absolutely atrocious. Like
there was no reason for Drake May to get out of that tackle from Daquan Jones. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You got him by like another 125 pounds. And you're going to tell me you could not pull him down.
Dude, Drake May looks like my 15-year-old nephew.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
He doesn't even have any facial stubble. I mean,
he's not even shaped like Josh Allen, where Daquan Jones could not pull this guy to the ground.
Yeah.
But hey,
they could tackle Diggs if his life depended on it. I mean, I'm like, he's not even doing anything. He just moves it one step and people are flying past or sliding off of him. They got to figure that defense out soon. Because I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be disappointed again in the playoffs this year.
I think you're absolutely right.
The defense again.
Well, Drake May is the second coming of Tom Brady, according to the national media. So,
I mean, they got to give him his flowers. He beat Josh. I mean, he deserves it. Huh?
He didn't do it. The rest of the team did.
He did it.
No, he did it.
He did it. He did everything Josh Allen normally does. He did it himself.
Yeah. I give that guy his flowers 100%. He played a great game, and it was a huge upset for them. Good, and good on the Patriots. I mean, we were all saying at the beginning of the year they look like they're going to be a playoff team, and I think they're going to be a playoff team. I mean, if the playoffs were to start today, they'd be in.
Yeah, especially their schedule.
Yeah, they got a really light schedule. I mean, they got the Saints this week. They'll probably kill them.
I mean, but that's my thing. Is I think it hurts a little more because it's the Patriots anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to ever lose to them again. We're so tired of losing to them, and we lose. And every time we lose to them, it's always like these type of games.
Yep.
It's these type of games that you're just like, I don't know what we're doing out here. The win game, we keep trying to throw the ball in 50-mile-an-hour winds.
I was at that game.
Yeah, just to lose that game. Just to lose that game. Last year, we lost to them in a game that didn't matter. And then we lose this debacle, which the offense looked like they didn't even know how to play off. They didn't even know how to run plays anymore. Penalties were outrageous.
It's so weird how this league is so some of these teams are so week to week, and how they show up sometimes and they don't show up and they just look because a lot of teams that happens to. I mean, we're not even talking about Baltimore because they're a mess, but the Chiefs have had games like that. Look at the Lions week 1. I mean, look at the Chargers a couple of weeks ago when they got spanked by the Giants, who might actually be good. You
Yeah.
know, so like it's a weird league. It's a
Yeah, look at
really weird league.
Well, I mean, the early part of the season, don't forget, we say it all the time. Like the early part of the season doesn't, you can't really count on the early part of the season because teams are just getting their feet wet.
Yeah,
It's right when you get to that halfway point is when you'll start seeing the separation of the teams.
yeah.
yeah.
No,
I'm
I,
not sold
I
on Indianapolis right now. I think this is like, they're catching everybody off guard because you have a new quarterback, new offense you're running. At some point in the halfway point of the season, you'll see all that die down. Danny Jones will be Danny Jones again. In my opinion, that's what's going to probably happen to them. They're going to fall apart. They might make the playoffs. They have a chance to win that division first, especially because
oh,
the
for
division's
sure,
not
for
that
sure.
strong. But they very well have an opportunity to make the playoffs, but I don't find them as a threat right now. I don't. And until they actually play enough games where people get enough tape on them and things change.
Yeah,
Feel the same way about
I feel
Jackson.
this. Yeah, I feel the same way about a bunch of NFC teams too, like San Francisco. And as much as I like Tampa, they're a fun story. Baker's going to turn into Baker eventually, and he's going to have like multiple games where he throws 4 picks because like dude can't operate the way he's operating right now. There's no
Yeah, it's
way.
not sustainable. It's just
Nope.
not have to come back in every single one of your games. It
Yeah.
just it's just not sustainable.
So, any final thoughts on the Bills game before we take a look around the league?
No, we got to go in here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I think us as Bills fans are only going to be satisfied if we have a dominant performance, as we should.
I agree.
That's the only way you're going to get the taste out of our mouth. We have another game like a Saints game or even a New England game. There's got to be some questions asked
Yeah, they got to have a strong showing going into that bye.
Need to win, and they need to put up like 35 points.
Yeah,
and win.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
win.
said. I said they need to win and put up like 35 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep,
I'm going
yep,
to take
yep.
Buffalo in that one. I like your over for because I think the 50 will be hit easily.
I think the 50 is going to hit too.
So we open the slate tomorrow with a 9:30 game at London, Denver and the Jets. There's not really much to say about this. Jets are going to be 0-6. It's a
Yep.
7.5 point line and
Yep.
43.5 for the total. I will say I probably like the under here. Most of these London games tend to be lower scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, honestly, for probably a really safe bet on this game, take the first half under on the total, whatever that is. If it's like in and around 20 something,
Yeah.
take the under and that because I got to imagine it's going to be a very low scoring first half. That seems like a lock to me. So
Yeah. I agree.
Denver's probably going to kill them.
Yep. Yep. I'd put money on that for sure.
Then we have the Rams traveling to Baltimore, who is again without Lamar Jackson. Uh, Very much looks like Baltimore's going to go to 1-5 here. The Rams are favored by 7.5. They had that huge upset last week against the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
The total's 44.5. I gotta look for the Rams to really lay it on them. I mean, Puka Nacua, he's probably gonna have a real big day because
Yeah.
like the Baltimore secondary is atrocious, and the
And
weather's
don't forget
supposed
the
to be
Niners are
nice.
playing with backups, and I can't believe they pulled that game off last week. They're playing with all backups everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean, look for the Rams to smoke them.
I think the Rams, and I think they put up the points themselves to get over.
Yeah,
It's possible.
yeah. Real good one between Seattle traveling to Jacksonville. 3-2 Seattle, 4-1 Jacksonville. I I don't know if Jacksonville's for real or not. I mean, that was great that what they did to the Chiefs last week, but I think Seattle's a really good team, and I think I take Seattle to win this one. Jacksonville's favored by 1, and the line is 47.5. I like a lot of scoring in this game. Seattle's been scoring a lot. I think they're a very good, very complete football team. And honestly, the way the NFC looks right now, I look for Seattle to possibly make it all the way to the conference championship. They look really, really good.
I don't think
Oh,
Jackson's a good team. I think they're going to do about halfway through the season what they normally do and just implode. So I take Seattle on this one, and I agree with the over.
yeah, I agree with both of you. I do like the over in this one. Um, Seattle does. I mean, they are a little bit of a scary team the way they're playing right now. So I mean, they're a well balanced team, and they know exactly who they are. But yeah, I agree. I definitely would take the over, and I definitely would take Seattle to win.
I feel like I'm going to sound like Colin Cowherd on this next one, but my Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Carolina Panthers, and Dallas is favored by 3, and the line is 48.5 here. I I I I love Dallas this year. They're a lot of fun. I like watching them play, and like Dak has been playing lights out for me. And honestly, between him and Baker, I think they're first and second on the MVP voting right now in my book. They're both playing great. I mean, especially without CD Lamb there, I think Dak is playing incredible. Some of his best ball so far. So I like Dallas to win here a lot.
First of all, I will never give Dallas Cowboys any credit for anything. I do not like them whatsoever. Um, but they are playing really good right now. I just want to see how it goes for Dak because let's be honest, Dak has not been the most consistent quarterback in the league since he's been in the league. And he tends to, under pressure, tends to fall apart. So it'd be interesting to see if how they pan out for the rest. Because don't forget now, you got the Giants now surging. So that's going to be an interesting game when they play. Um, you got Philly sitting there; they're looking to make comeback. I mean, that they got a tough division all the way around.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if Dak can hold, if he can control that pressure and keep playing the way he's playing right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the division if he keeps playing the way he's playing right now. But
Yeah,
we all know the Cowboys, and the most Cowboys thing right now is for them to lose to the Panthers.
that's true.
That's
That's true.
very cowboyish. And be honest with you, I would not be shocked if Carolina won.
No,
That's
I
my
wouldn't either.
pick of the week. I'm picking Carolina.
Hey,
God.
listen, I wouldn't be mad at you.
Taking the under.
This is the type of game that the Dallas Cowboys tend to lose.
Yep,
It's true.
that's why I'm picking them.
Mm-hmm.
True. Next, you have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off a bye. The line is Pittsburgh by 6, and the total is 38.5. I like this to be low scoring. I don't think Pittsburgh wins by 7. Um, I think Cleveland keeps it close. Pittsburgh probably wins by like 3 here.
See, the
Um,
thing is that 38 is so low. I hate taking under 38 because it's so easy to get over 38 points and
it
any given week.
is, but these teams can't score. Neither one of
Right,
them.
which I'm with you. I'm with you. But that 38 is low. I feel like if you took that 38, it'd be 39.
Yeah.
It's a division game. Cleveland almost pulled off the win last week. I think they get the win this week.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess you got to go with the team that's the better quarterback, right? I mean, you would have
Yeah.
to put Pittsburgh in this, but I'm not sold on Pittsburgh's offense whatsoever. Their defense has been a shell of themselves. They haven't really been
Yep.
stopping anybody.
Yep.
So this is an opportunity because I'll be honest with you, the kid Gabriel in last week, he was moving the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he
He was
was. He
moving the
was.
ball for enough for them to trade Flacco. That
Yeah.
he was doing well enough with that offense. So it wouldn't shock me for them to go over that 38 just out of nowhere. This would be the second game for the kid. He got his feet wet in that first one. It wouldn't shock me.
I think the scores
Yeah.
would be 15-12.
I mean, though, how much do you expect Pittsburgh to move the ball on Cleveland's defense, though? You know what I mean?
See, that's the
I
flip
don't.
side of it.
It's going to be a lot of field goals. I think if you do fantasy, take the kickers in this game because I think there's going to be a lot of field goals in this game.
Yeah.
Next we have the Patriots traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Patriots coming off of that big win over the Bills. Upset here. The Saints have not looked bad.
Who that?
Even 15.
I'm a Saints fan all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's the points?
Patriots are favored by 3. The line is 46. I
I
feel
think
like
it'll
I like the under in this one too.
I don't know. We know the Patriots can score over 20 if they want to. They can score to 20 to 25 points. Saints can put up, if they wanted to, 25 points.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like this.
New England's defense is not all like everyone's making them out to be. They're just
No,
not.
they're
I
not.
mean, the Bills, the only reason the Bills lost because they just kept shooting themselves in the foot. They kept turning the ball over. And if you ask, the Bills are marching up and down the field like they weren't even out there. They just couldn't freaking get their heads out of their asses and calling stupid plays
Penalties.
and fumbling the ball away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in New Orleans too, right?
It is in New Orleans.
Like I said, I can probably see I can see it at 46 or higher. I can see the 46. I'll be honest with you.
Here's a total that is surprisingly low. The Chargers are traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. 43.5. And Chargers are favored by 4.
Well,
I feel like the Chargers are going to kill the Dolphins.
I mean, again, probably offensively, but I don't think their defense is good. They don't have Khalil Mack. I just don't see their defense being that great where they can completely stop them from scoring.
Which is why Miami should have no problem getting to like 20.
Yeah. No, I can see Miami get 25 points. They scored. What did they score last week without Tyreek?
Yeah, what was that? It was the game was like 24-27 or something like that.
Yeah, because I want to say that he almost threw for almost 300 yards in that game, right?
Yeah.
So they can do it offensively. It's just that their defense can't stop nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have threats. I still like the Chargers in this game, but just because Miami's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of dumpster fires, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to take on the Raiders. Woof. The Raiders are favored by 4.5, and the line is 41.5.
They might as well put that game on the old school public access channels.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who would want to watch that game outside of those markets because that is a bad game. Those are bad teams. Yeah. Geno Smith looks like he did when he played for the Jets. Like he looks bad. He really does.
Nothing like he did in Seattle.
No, he didn't. He really doesn't. That game's going to be atrocious. I mean, I guess if I had to pick, I'd probably say the Raiders will probably win because they're at home. But it's a gross game.
No, I just compare quarterbacks in these type of games. Who has of the two, who has the better quarterback? I mean, granted, Geno isn't nothing to be screamed about, but if you have the two teams, he's the better quarterback. So I would definitely lean towards the Raiders on this one.
Yeah, and the Raiders have better weapons too, Genty and Bowers. So
Bowers was injured last week. Is he playing this week?
I think so. Yeah, because he was questionable last week. So. Next, we have Arizona traveling to the Colts. This is the biggest line second biggest line of the week. Indy's favored by 9, and the total is 46.5. You got to think Arizona is going to be much sharper this week after that idiot on their team, cost them a touchdown when fumbling the ball right before he crossed the goal line. But I feel like look for the Colts to probably keep rolling here.
I would, for sure.
I agree.
I mean, because right now, they're on a hot streak right now, and there's no right now. It's just like I said. Once we get to the halfway point of the season, we'll see where they're at then.
Yeah, agree. Then at 4:25, we will get San Francisco traveling to Tampa, both 4-1. That should be a good one. I don't know how I feel about San Francisco. Tampa will probably pick this one up. Tampa's favored by 3.5. The line is 47.5. That seems a little high. San Francisco's been in a lot of low-scoring games. I know Tampa has scored a lot, and maybe like the bookies are kind of like overcorrecting a little bit here. But San Francisco doesn't score a lot of points. So I think that 47.5 seems a little high.
Well, what the weird thing with me is San Francisco, like they traded for Brian Robinson. They don't even use him.
Nope.
Like, why did y'all even trade for him?
Washington really could have used Robinson too.
Yeah, I don't understand what was the whole point of spending those. I mean, I get, what's his name has his injury history, but you really just gave up draft picks for someone who just sits on the bench. He doesn't do anything. And it's a running back you traded for. Like, if you're going to trade for a running back, he better be starting or getting, be part of the game plan at some point. They don't even use them.
No.
I'm completely confused on what the 49ers were thinking when they did that trade. Because they're not doing,
They must have been expecting McCaffrey to get hurt early.
Well, that's the only thing I could think of. But he's played every game.
Yeah, which is unusual.
Yeah. And I just don't know why. I mean, you got this kid on your roster you don't even use. So I don't know. The 49ers have always been a debacle to me. I think what you call is kind of overrated. Shanahan.
Yeah,
I think he's overrated. I do. I think he's completely overrated. I think he gets a lot off of his last name. Yeah, you run the West Coast offense, which a million other coaches do too. Only thing I think he's really innovative is designing run plays. I mean, that offense makes run plays for days to run out of it. But I'm not impressed with him being a head coach. I'm surprised the 49ers aren't even considering moving on from him because they made it to the Super Bowl once and they got their asses kicked and they haven't done nothing since. Team can't stay healthy. They paid Purdy for him not to play this year. I mean, they're in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they're one of those teams, to your point about overcorrecting, that will probably overcorrect, I think, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we've got the Green Bay Packers at home.
And I think Sean had something to say. Your microphone, we don't hear you sometimes.
I was saying that I think this is going to be the first game that Tampa doesn't have to come from behind to win.
I can see that. Yeah, probably. I can see that.
Next, we have the Packers at home off a bye against the Bengals. This is the biggest line of the weekend, 14.5. And the spread is 44.5. I love the over here a lot. It's probably my best bet of the weekend, 44.5. I think the Packers will get to 44.5 on their own here.
Yeah, I agree.
I really do. I think this game's going to be like 40-10.
I mean, you got Flacco out there in his first game, which is just so strange that they went ahead and just threw him out.
You know what? He has the opportunity here to do something really funny, and that's be the only guy to play for two different teams and go and beat an off-conference team twice.
But yeah, that's I was just shocked. I mean, I know they're desperate for quarterback play, but you're telling me you're just gonna throw him in the first week? He's never played in this offense before. Knows nothing about these receivers except for what he sees on ESPN. And you're gonna go out there and you're gonna throw him out there and think something's gonna change?
Yeah, I think.
Did you see him in Cleveland?
Yeah, well, and the thing is too, Cleveland at least has an okay offensive line. Cincinnati has no offensive line. Flacco's going to get destroyed.
I don't know what they think. I mean, I listen. I get it. You're trying to make a play here, right? You're still hoping that Burrow comes back at some point. You can muscle out some wins without him being there, and you might be able to sneak into the playoffs. But I just don't. Why would you take a 40-year-old quarterback? Is beyond me. First of all, I'm surprised they didn't go after someone else, like even offer for Jameis Winston.
Kirk Cousins,
the Giants, like trade for him. Yeah. At least you're probably going to get. At least your offense is going to move. You got to deal with turnovers, but at least your offense is going to move.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then our game of Sunday, at least, is the Lions and the Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 2.5 because it's in Kansas City, and the total is 53. That's high. But I mean, we know Detroit, they score like 40 every week, and the Chiefs have been putting up a lot of points lately. So I could see that total hitting.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, because Detroit's defense it's not the best defense in the league. They do the job. They're very good at rushing the passer. I think they're okay in the secondary. I just don't think they're great in the secondary. So KC does have an opportunity here to actually put up some points against them. I mean, especially with the fact that Detroit, it's a high-flying offense. They can score in a matter of seconds. So their defense does spend a lot of time on the field because of how many points they score and so quickly. But I do expect Detroit to win this game.
Same. It does kind of surprise me though that with the way Kansas City has looked and with losing last week, that they were still 2-point favorites. I get that they're at home, but Detroit has looked like a way better team overall.
I mean, Detroit automatically gets the Mahomes effect with everything. When they're playing at home, everything in Vegas leans towards KC no matter what.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like the over on this just because of Detroit themselves too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Detroit's going to win. So I would take Detroit at the points here as well. I think Kansas City is not the darlings that they've been for a while. And I think really this is the year where we're going to see another team win that division.
I'm thinking like a 37-25 game.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So that is the NFL Week 6. So guys, I need a survivor pick and a best bet for you guys.
You know, I was trying to think about this. I really was, but I'm gonna let Sean take it from here. Let me. I really got to ponder this one because last week I took who? Who did I take last week?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember who it was. It was they won.
No, you got to win. I remember I got a loss last week. I forget who I picked though.
That one. I'm picking Seattle this week over Jacksonville. I like the under on the Tampa San Francisco game. And I think Flacco throws 2 interceptions in his game. And I take Allen to have a rushing and a passing touchdown.
I am going to take the Raiders, get them off of my list. There's a winnable game for them against Tennessee. So I will take the Raiders in that one. I do like the over absolutely in the Lions Chiefs game. I love the over in that. And I do like I take the dog in that one. I don't know why you would not take the Lions on that one, get the plus 2.5, because you're guaranteed money on this one. I just don't see Kansas City beating them.
Okay. I think I'm going to take Denver to beat the Jets. I think that's a lock. And I'm going to go with the over 44.5 in the Rams-Ravens game. And give me everybody on the Rams to get a touchdown. Give me Puka Nacua to get in the end zone. And give me James Cook to get in the end zone as well in the Bills game.
If you're going to ask me around a prop bet, I'm taking Bijan Robinson over 70 yards.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say one thing before we get off of here. Let's give a round of applause.
I would win this.
You want to know why? The Buffalo Sabres scored 1 goal today.
Oh,
they scored 1 goal today, guys. Let's do it. Let's go. We're going to the playoffs.
Jesus.
1 goal in 2 games.
We're gonna have to break that down one of these days just to get to talking about hockey.
Yeah, we got definitely get Paulie on for that one.
Yeah, I actually Paulie probably has a lot to say, so we'll have to get Paulie on to talk some hockey because the Sabres. We can go on for a couple hours about the Sabres because that has been
what a way to start the season, huh?
There's been quite a few epic rants online too that I've seen that have been really something else. So
they've had 7 goals on them scored to 1 in 2 games.
Good job, Sabres. Good job. Sell the team.
Yeah, might as well. Just do it. I'm done. I rather, like I said, I have fun. I prefer that arena to be for the Bandits only.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only thing you can cheer for in that arena.
It's true. So that is our show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, smash that like and subscribe button. Let us know what you guys think on comments down below, and give us your thoughts on the Bills and what you think is going to happen, because we are really looking forward to that game Monday night, and we will talk to you on Tuesday when we break it all down. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day and take care.